Well, welcome back. This is No Decorum. I'm AJ.
I'm Daniel.
And our friend is back.
Our friend, the friend of the show, Buddy Brown.
Buddy Brown. Our buddy's back.
Mississippi Buddy Brown.
Yeah.
One of the poorest states in the country, by the way. Anyways. So he got a new message, right? For
Don't pour salt over his wounds, man.
well, he's a happy-go-lucky self-starter, so he won't mind too much. So he has a new video out, YouTube, right?
Yes.
And he's talking about what liberals are most afraid of.
Well, I've told you that I will never, ever, at any time, be controlled by any man on earth. I won't submit and I won't be controlled. It's just like that. It's a mentality, except for God above. He's the only one I submit to. He's the only one who can control my life, who literally holds the breath in my lungs, right? The most terrifying thing to a liberal is a self-sufficient man. Did y'all know that? Because a self-sufficient man, he can't be controlled. A man that says, I can roll up my sleeves, I can do this on my own, I can figure it out, I can use critical thinking, that man cannot be controlled. And that's terrifying to a liberal. There's a story that has been passed down for generations now, and if you haven't heard it, it's about time that you get this speech, because it's the speech on how you catch wild pigs. My granddad, passed it down to me. If you're from New York or LA, God help you, man. You probably haven't heard this before, but this is something I think every American needs to hear. How you catch wild pigs is just like this. You find a suitable place in the woods, and you put corn on the ground. Now, the pigs begin to find it, and they come every single day to eat the corn. So they're getting used to it, right? They're coming every single day. And every single time that they come, you put one fence down on one side of where they're coming. They freak out for a minute, but they're kind of like, this is new, but then they get used to it, and they keep eating the corn. You continue doing this until all four sides on that fence are done, and there's a gate on the very last side. Now, the pigs, they're used to the free corn by now, and they start to come through the gate every single day with all four sides on and that gate open. Then one day you got all of them in there, and you slam that gate on them, and they're all caught, the whole herd. Now suddenly the wild pigs who have lost their freedom, they run around and around inside the fence. They're going crazy, but they're caught. And soon they go back to the free corn because that's all they know. And it won't be long until they forget how to forage in the woods on their own. And so they accept their captivity. This is exactly what's happening to America, y'all. The government keeps pushing and pushing us closer and closer and closer towards socialism, and keeps spreading out that free corn. Welfare programs, social programs, tax credit for unearned income, etc. You name it. That's all the free corn right there. Just a little bit at a time. And the liberal playbook is we want to get citizens to depend more and more and more on the government. That's their whole playbook. They're watching this now like, oh man, you figured us out. I really believe that we have three sides on the gate already around us right now. And that gate's wide open. And some people, the thing is, you saw it last year, they panicked. They absolutely panicked. Well, what are we going to do without the free corn? I know what I'm going to do. Because I could skin a buck and run a trot line, and you know the rest of the lyrics. And there's some governors with balls that are out there. We got Governor DeSantis of Florida. We got Governor Abbott of Texas. A few more. I'm not a big fan of all Republicans, but a couple of them surprise you every now and then and show the world that they have balls. That we are self-governing. We have the right to that, and we want to keep on going forward. Now look, three sides are up on the fence. That last side's about to come down. All that fence is going to offer inside is just nasty, stale corn. And it'll eventually steal a man's soul.
Dun, dun, dun. Is it mass shootings?
No.
Is it corporate takeover of, all areas of public life?
No.
Is it, racism?
No.
Lack of health care?
Nope.
Childhood poverty?
Nope.
All right, I give up. What are we most afraid of, AJ? I don't. What is he talking about?
We're afraid of a man who can take care of himself.
Oh, somebody who's self-reliant, huh?
Yeah.
A self-sufficient man.
A man that can do all by himself.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Lay
Yeah.
down water lines from the lake to his house
Of
by
course.
himself.
Yeah.
Run electricity from powerhouse to his house all by himself.
Dig his own sewers and
Yeah.
all that stuff, right?
Process his sewer.
Clean his own water, I guess.
Yeah. Clean his own.
I don't know. Hunt for his own food.
Take his trash out and put it in the landfill
Yeah.
by himself.
Yeah, all that.
All that.
So that's what he thinks liberals are afraid of, huh?
Yeah.
So he gives the analogy, a little story
Yeah.
of a farmer putting out, or somebody putting out corn, right, in a field
Yeah.
to attract wild pigs. And as the wild pigs come and eat the corn, they get used to it. And so you put down one side of a fence.
Yeah.
Right? They get a little spooked, but they keep coming back for the free corn.
Yeah.
You put another side of the fence, another side. Now you have 3 sides. Here they come. They're still coming. You put the 4th down with a gate on it, and now they're trapped in there.
Yeah.
They're trapped, AJ, because they were so desperate for that free corn. But they get used to it.
Yeah. I mean, they're used to I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? So
I don't like free stuff.
Yeah.
Even conservatives like free stuff.
yeah.
Unless I didn't see like a mass mailing of those stimulus checks back to the government, so I'm pretty sure they like free stuff too.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the point was that you give away your freedom for free things. Basically, he's railing against socialism, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a call for we need to reject all these social programs.
Well, it's always the case.
Because you are getting dependent on it.
Mm-hmm.
And since you are getting dependent, you don't know how to do things on your own anymore.
And then you do wonder whether you're living in California or Idaho or Kentucky.
Or
How many
in
people?
Texas.
Yeah, how many people can actually do what he's talking about? Who know how to run a trout line and go and skin their own food or kill it? Most people don't do that anyway. Whether you're conservative or liberal, because we live in a modern society. We're not foragers. We're not hunter-gatherers. We are a civil society, and we have infrastructure in place to take care of this stuff.
Yeah.
And we decided that.
We go to
culture.
grocery stores now. Even in the most conservative states,
Yeah.
most of the people, they go to a grocery store to get their stuff.
Even in Mississippi, where there one grocery store.
Yeah.
Anyways, the point is, he's pretending we're not living in a modern society, that we're living like savages, like like he wants to live. But we're not doing that.
I mean, he's always filming his stuff in the woods,
Yeah.
making it look like that, he still believes in that lifestyle when I'm sure he doesn't. He drives a truck.
He uses drones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drones are not possible by forging your own corn or your own, bacon.
do we know he didn't build his own drone from scratch and program it and calibrate the cameras and the lift? And we don't know what he did. Maybe he did all those things. Maybe he built his own truck. Maybe.
He's using a wireless mic.
We don't even do that.
Yeah.
We're pretty liberal.
Yeah. How's he coming up with all these things all by himself?
He's using a liberal platform
Yeah.
known as YouTube.
YouTube. Come on.
Man, he doesn't mind using liberal tools, I guess. Yeah, but so we were talking about him creating a straw man. No liberal thinks that way. No liberal is afraid of a self-sufficient person.
No.
But self-sufficiency only goes so far, right? We're not manufacturing anything on our own, right? The raw materials, we're not making those into products we can use. We're not doing that. It's a myth. What he's talking about. Self-sufficiency is a myth in the modern day. Maybe back in the old days, you could work in the fields and hunt your own food, and maybe that was more possible.
Build your own house.
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
Build your own furniture, things like that.
But in a country of 330 million people,
Yeah.
simply not possible anymore. You would run out of food probably if you tried to go hunt your own food. If you didn't have cattle that were herded and turned into food, mass produced, we would starve to death. There's too many people. But again, that's the right wing fantasy. That's what he's talking about.
It's a fantasy land. And he's saying that they're afraid of these type of people. Who is afraid? We're not afraid. We're afraid of corporations taking over workers' right. We're afraid of that. We're afraid of mass shootings.
Yeah. Billionaires buying elections,
Yeah.
creating policy, which the politicians pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're afraid of a lot of those things. Have nothing to do with individuals and their sufficiency or lack thereof. It's about the bigger picture.
Yeah. I mean, if you can do all these things on your own, more power to you, man.
Yeah, we're not going to stand in your way. Go ahead. In fact, it takes the burden off of the system.
Yeah.
Do it by yourself. Go ahead.
I
Please.
mean, if you want to be in your own ecosystem, it's fine with us.
Yeah.
No problem.
You don't watch Newsmax all day and OAN? Listen to Rush Limbaugh reruns? Man, more power to you. All right? I don't want to infringe on that whatsoever.
Nope.
But
on the other hand, don't try to take our stuff,
yeah.
for justifying that, that these things are not part of the society anymore. I mean, these are the infrastructure that, that people need to survive on a daily basis now.
Yeah. Because we have massive cities now,
Yeah.
We're not living in huts. So, yeah, we need to, get out of the fantasy, live in reality, realize that reality requires compromise.
Yep.
Whatever your values are, that's great, but you have to live in the modern world or, we don't survive. That's just the way it is. Anyway.
And so we thought we'd bring it to you, another segment on Buddy Brown. It's been a while, so...
Yeah, we missed him.
Hey, Buddy, by the way, if you're listening, why don't you come on our show one of these days?
Be glad to have you.
Yeah.
We'll treat you well.